French Grand Prix, a good start there actually from Jack Miller, and Cal Crutchlow's trying to go round the outside as we climb uphill. Cal Crutchlow, what a...
Got absolutely swallowed up running to the first couple of corners. That's brave by Quartararo up the inside of Cal Crutchlow into third successive DNF then for Valentino Rossi.
Miller's got a lightning start. He leads into La Chapelle, but he's wide. Fabio Quartararo also then moves up into second place. Inside line for Petrucci on Quartararo as well.
Yeah, the Ducati's doing a bit of a demolition.
Made up about 10 places already in the first few corners. What a nightmare for Valentino Rossi.
Rossi then out of Mazzano. Now he's been dumped out at turn 3 on lap 1 here in Le Mans.
It's a Ducati 1.
Johann Zarco quite easily there. Smith on the charge. He's already got himself inside that top 10.
Oh, challenge for the lead there.
Ducati have never won in Le Mans. Ducati have never locked out a MotoGP podium. At the moment though, very early on of course.
Agro looking to try and challenge Fabio Quartararo up the inside into turn 1, and he makes it stick as well.
Fabio Quartararo just about fending off Espargaro there. That's a battle on through. Petrucci leading the way from Dovizioso. Miller in third place. Quartararo doing a great job in these rain conditions.
Ducati 1, 2, 3 here. A shock start to this French Grand Prix. It's stopped raining. Yamaha rider.
Wow, Rossi, Viñales, Aleix Espargaro and Mia involved.
No, Rossi's lost it on his own.
Just two Suzukis, didn't it? Look at that, Rossi. Rear tyre just slipping out from underneath him. Oh, that's what happened to Viñales. Look, he got
but Espargaro, Crutchlow has been overtaken.
Garage there. That means Rins up inside the top 5.
Place. That is brilliant from the number 73.
Smith has now got himself onto the
2 Rins, who's medium. Zarco has also gambled for the medium, and Mir too.
So now trying to find a way through on Fabio Quartararo. Can he get through it the second corner? Yes, he can.
Yeah,
so
Crutchlow, he's brilliant from the Suzuki man who started 16th on the grid.
Maverick Viñales.
Is now down to 8th place. The 3 Ducatis are stretching their advantage. Danilo Petrucci with
on these lacklustre performances from Quartararo. Look at Oliveira.
2 in 1 from
He's
the
suffering
Tech3
here.
man to the World Championship. Dovizioso's name appears again.
Here are the 2 Yamahas trying to get himself back in the points. Can you believe it? Morbidelli, Viñales and Mia 18th, 19th and 20th respectively, Esquire, Danilo Petrucci and Andrea Dovizioso. So it's no great surprise to see these 2 men at the front.
You can see the graphic to the left, Quartararo there in 10th on 114 points as it stands. Dovi with race has turned out, and there is so much time left as well.
These are going to be a very
fans on the fan wall. I bet you're liking what you see so far. Across the line, the fastest lap of the race, and Bridge, and there you go.
Quartararo, that was coming. You could see that coming a mile off on the last lap. Takanaka, although not being punished certainly by Joan Mir, being punished by the likes of Dovizioso and Miller Friday when it was wet. He couldn't believe how much confidence he got from those Michelin rain tyres. The tyres were so good.
Stopped again now on the start-finish straight, but is there enough time for anything to dry? It doesn't look like it. Dovizioso in second.
There is Alex Marquez, what a stellar, keeping the pressure on Bradley Smith, who was so good in FP1 in those rain conditions on fifth. 45.8, almost half a second quicker than Jack Miller ahead of him.
Yeah, you just wonder, don't you, if those signs appear. You're not going to come in to change motorcycles, Matt, unless it's almost bone the number 42.
You can see Rins there nearly 4 tenths faster on that previous lap than race leader Petrucci,
who arguably should be up at the sharp end with the others. He's just settling into it now.
26 is right now, that trio.
Alex Marquez,
lovely.
Confident.
Alex Marquez, and he's using some of that craft gear as well to excel.
Of Dovi and Miller.
Oh, I don't think so. I think it's too early. Every point over the Bugatti circuit in Le Mans. Alex Rins has got some incredible pace at the moment.
Championship as well. At the moment it's number 9, Danilo Petrucci, that leads. His best outing since
board in Grand Prix history. The Kawachi clipboard, has he ever not got that clipboard? For a third race distance.
And again, a 45
up in the anti-Rins. That's 3 successive laps now in the 45s, and the Ducatis ahead of him can't do 45s. Petrucci
on Andrea Dovizioso.
Yeah, because they will know how good Alex Rins was in rain conditions in 2018. GP bike in these conditions, or very little experience of it.
Only 2 riders in the one. Might work of that. He might just be going through to 6th place in a moment.
Yeah, it looks like through Shimano Burf, camera lens into the S-Blur section, and it's the blue Suzuki of Alex Rins that's really started to come into. He'll have the race off. Bradley Smith's down That's at the final corner, and that looks like another
ahead of him. They drop down the hill then into turn 7.
cracking lap time that from Pol Espargaro to be quicker than Alex Rins at this.
He's got all the time in the world. He's reeling them in. He can see that with his own eyes. He doesn't need a pit board to take.
Which is much faster than anything we've seen from him so far in this race. Vignales in the point scoring places now.
From Danilo Petrucci, who responds from the information he was getting regarding Alex Rins at 45.
Right here, isn't he? There's still so much of the race to go. 16 laps. There he is, dropping down through La Chapelle now. A win it or bin it mentality for Pol Espargaro. Feels like he's not a serious championship contender on the pace of where he needs to be. Johann Zarco making light work then of his compatriot into those first couple of...
Well, this is the helicopter view.
Rins in the 44s now, Steve. He's really picking up the pace. Alex Rins, 44.95.
But that's already come down. On board with Rins now then, number 42. Who's podium in
getting the big marketing campaigns ready for Monday morning, dreaming of their first ever lockout of a MotoGP podium.
And there's still a long way to go.
Yeah, lap time actually, a 45 flat from Mir, which was much quicker than Petrucci.
Juan Mir's cause from the start, did it?
The doctor down in the dumps. He's just going to lose the rear here. Rossi, look at that, just came round.
Be done at turn 7, up the inside, the door's open, Rins moves into third, but he runs wide, and Miller on the cut.
4.734 on that last lap, half a second quicker than Rins. He's now got to within 2 seconds. Feeling rain conditions, hasn't he, Petrucci, with his natural ball right onto the back of this group ahead of him.
Well,
Morbidelli, Vignales and Aleix Espargaro.
Mir might well see Fabio Quartararo 144s.
He looks anything like a rookie and a relative novice in these kind of... Yeah, Mir about 3 seconds behind Fabio Quartararo at this stage. He's already got through on Franco Morbidelli. Tricky conditions with Rossi, Smith and now Rabat down as well.
You just get the feeling. So it is. Pol Espargaro is not far away, is he? That gap, the fan...
Mulin on the Suzuki winning a famous wet weather Grand Prix here. Into turn 3. So Miller back into 4.
Suzuki rider on the top step.
A 1:44.6.
Well,
the only man anywhere near the 44s right.
Across the line we go. Dovi. Again, fastest lap of the race. Alex Marquez a 44.2.
Pol Espargaro and Alex Marquez to get themselves in this lead battle.
Rins again trying to find a way through on Jack.
Seconds, but Crutchlow and Oliveira are also coming into contention. We've still got 10 laps to go. Getting absolutely out of his skin at the moment. You have to remind yourself, give yourself a little tap on the head, those sort of scraping noises. You get your heart in your mouth, don't you now? It's been as you were for so long with those top 3 Ducati of his world title hopes. Morbidelli down then at turn 4. Days for Franco Morbidelli then a 4. What's the gap then between those riders over the line? Miguel Oliveira in 8th. He's 3.7 seconds behind you.
Petrucci, they almost touched there on the exit. Miller again, back.
Oh, he's gone down.
What a shame, he was in great rhythm, he was in. Comes Danilo, and he's going to go a bit deep here. This is going to allow Miller in, and here comes Dovi again. Oh, there's all contact everywhere! How has this happened? Miller puts his arm up, he's got to allow him back through. And that was. And now Pol Espargaro and Alex Marquez are in this. Well in it. And
Jack Miller, we know, certainly not lacking bravery and not lacking skill. He just runs that tighter line, doesn't he, to make sure that there's no wins. Coming from way back. There was contact there between Dovi and Petrucci. How on earth did that the 3 men ahead of him? In fact, he's got his hands full now, keeping Pol Espargaro at bay. Jack Miller's got a problem.
What a disaster for his World Championship.
Can you believe it? How many more twists and turns on it?
How peculiar. I mean, it's another point that goes in favour of Fabio Quartararo. By the way, Stefan... Rins is down there as well! In second place! Suzuki's dreams of winning with the motorcycle giving up on him.
Can you believe Jack Miller's luck? Fabio Quartararo...
The gap that Petrucci's got. We may well have Marquez versus Dovi again, but it's younger brother
front of this French Grand Prix. His lead
this race.
Mir was a bit twitchy there coming out the final corner as he tries to find a way through on Maverick Vignales.
That's a strap.
That's a strap from the marshals when they got his bike. Well, he's going to get black flag, surely.
Yes, it's the master and the apprentice in many ways.
It really is. Strap on the back of Alex Rins Suzuki. Strap yourself 11th place. Petrucci
and Zarco in 7th. He's not close enough to have a say in this battle right now, but
Pete Marquez, the rookie behind him, because he just set his personal best lap of the Grand Prix, did the Vizio.
It would be so Dovi to win a race like this, wouldn't it? Well, and throw himself back into... This is a closer look at Dovi's Michelin wet tyres. The gap a 43.511 from Johann Zarco.
You can still see that strap. It's absolutely wrapped around the camera, isn't it?
Well, that could be dangerous.
That could be really
That's
dangerous.
the reason why. It's the right thing to
He's
do.
just
to pull him
finally
over.
Petrucci, it's not a guarantee he's even going to finish on the podium.
Pulling them in, he was a bit wide there, was the number 44. Alex Marquez fancies a go.
And then he did a 44.5. Zarco again is well into the low one.
Dovizioso, that will give him the inside line into La Chapelle, but closing the door there is Dovizioso. The gap's back up to 1.
He got on the gas, had a garage there. They're all starting to hit grip problems now late on here. Of admiration for the job that his man Alex Marquez is doing right now.
Mikel Oliveira.
45.2 on that last lap, 8/10 slower than Alex Marquez.
Oh, look at Pol Espargaro
yeah, he's
here.
got no grip, Dovi.
Up the ins. Alex Marquez is just 1.2 seconds down on Danilo Petrucci now. He's eating that gap alive. Higher.
Yeah, it's completely gone. Yeah, he's got nothing left underneath him. He's a passenger.
It's like chewing gum.
Yeah, he's a sitting duck right now. Nothing he can do. His big job of keeping that 1.2 second buffer.
Surely Alex Marquez changed that. Pol Espargaro's got some speed here as well, and what can Dovi salvage? We turn 13.
So the gap then between Petrucci and Marquez, it stayed at that 1.2 seconds. Him to hang on to 4th spot.
Never ridden a MotoGP bike in the wet in a row.
So easy to make a mistake, so easy to crash. He's been flawless and formidable in this race, Alex.
MotoGP race in France, and it's now Petrucci's to lose. Further back, Stefan
Mears gonna try
Bradl.
and- yeah, Mears.
Petrucci, he has gone through so much in the last year. Been down in the doldrums. No, Petrucci has won the French Grand Prix, and it is an iconic result.
Behind him, they are crucial World Championship points. The top 3 men by him. Never raced a MotoGP bike in wet conditions before, and he takes a remarkable second podium here in France. Petrucci, Marquez and Pol Espargaro.
Well, if you thought
The competitor was there very tough, but congratulations to him because he made a fantastic race.
be 14 different podium finishes now, because neither Petrucci or Alex Marquez.
And Alex
I
Marquez.
think he was clever, he progressively fast and result. So we are very happy for him. We always believed in him, so that's it.
Petrucci, one of the most popular, likeable characters